In today's study, we're going to take a look at Boaz, who appears in the story of Naomi and Ruth in chapter 2 of the book of Ruth. Boaz was a relative of Naomi, and when Naomi and Ruth returned to Bethlehem, Boaz showed enormous kindness and generosity to them. In the first instance, he helped Ruth gather food in the fields he owned, and later on ended up marrying her. But for today, we'll focus on Boaz's generosity. If you pause the video at this point, you can read together the story of Boaz, then we'll resume the video to think more about that passage. I suspect that nothing speaks to employees or followers or supporters of an organisation more loudly or serves them better than generosity from their leader. True generosity communicates that the leader cares about people's well-being and has unselfish motives. This builds both loyalty and good morale within an organisation, a business, a church or any other sort of community. And followers or employees tend to respond with a willingness to give back to the leader. People don't care how much someone knows until they know how much that person cares. Generosity is a concrete demonstration of how much the leader cares. Some people are more naturally generous than others. I'm sure we can all think of people who have been particularly generous towards us at one time or another. But anyone can develop greater generosity. Some of this is to do with being content with and grateful for what we have and not hankering after ever greater personal wealth. If we see money and possessions more as a gift, then perhaps we hold on to them a little more loosely. Another trait of a generous leader is that they always value their people more than their possessions. They put their followers or employees first. They always see money for what it is, a resource or tool. They understand that its value comes from its ability to advance a greater purpose. As a result, they are not mastered by money, but rather use it to serve their people and the vision they have. For anybody, the best way to become more generous is to become consistent in the practice of generosity. The amount given is not really what is important, it is the act of giving. Remember the story Jesus told of the widow's mite. By finding ways to be generous every day, and by the way, that might be not just with money, but with our time, our knowledge and wisdom, our compassion, our friendship. It's as much to do with those things as it is to do with money or possessions. But by becoming more generous, we will benefit as a person. Writer John Bunyan said, "You have not lived today until you have done something for someone who can never repay you." In many ways, giving is truly the highest level of living.